This is a very special night. We call it the Night of Nights in South Carolina. It's sort of like the Met Gala in New York. Except we don't have all the real beautiful people. We have the great athletic people of South Carolina being honored tonight. And you know what? Jack Leggett is with us. And wouldn't you know it, who comes walking in behind you but Ray Tanner? Now, this is too convenient to have Ray Tanner and Jack Leggett together.
My wife Karen.
And Ray comes over to congratulate Coach Leggett, who's going into the Hall of Fame tonight. Of course, Ray's got his jacket on, and you'll have your jacket here pretty soon. We're going to jump right into things. It's the night of the induction ceremonies for the South Carolina Athletic Hall of Fame, and we're going to begin with Clemson former head coach but current assistant coach Jack Leggett. That's just weird.
That's weird. Well, it's not exactly an assistant coach role.
Yeah.
It's program development. So, you know, we can do NIL and we can have everybody transfer whenever they want to and all that kind of thing. But I can't hit a fungo.
Nothing.
but I can talk to the players, talk to the coaches, and that's my role and that's my value to the team. It's
weird inducting somebody who we talked about this earlier who's still working.
Right.
You're still working in your business, in your trade.
Still working. It's been a long time. I've been working for 42 or 3 years, I guess, now. But I just enjoy it. I love it. I love being around the players. I love being around the coaches. I love being around baseball. I love the competition, and to me, I'm just really glad to see Clemson baseball back where it belongs. I think it's relevant now. They've got a really good program. They've got the right leadership. Eric is a really good coach, and he's a great leader and really good on the mental side of things. Fundamentally, I think the kids are great. They're accountable. They're responsible for everything that they're doing great in the classroom. Also winning games, and I think that's what the Clemson fans are hungry for, and that's what they're looking for, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, we got to talk about you because this night's about you, even though I know you want to share the glory, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, this is not your first rodeo when it comes to a Hall of Fame because you've been in multiple Hall of Fames, but what about being recognized here by the state of South Carolina?
Well, this is a really, really nice one, Phil. I've been fortunate to be in a few of them. I think 8 of them now. But at the same time, I really value this one because it's a direct reflection of the legacy and the program that we had and the success that we had at Clemson. And it's not just an individual award in my eyes. It's a team award. I've had a lot of great coaches that have been by my side. I've had a lot of great players by my side. Great administration at different times by my side who've helped me out. And the fans have been awesome. And so I look at it as a team award, something I accept tonight, but it's on behalf of a lot of people and my family and, my wife and my kids and, all the people that took a chance on me. Coach Wilhelm is really the one who's responsible for bringing me over to Clemson. And he saw something in me when I was at Western Carolina University. I worked his camps. We competed against him, and he invited me over and I think it was in the fall or summer of '91, and asked me to be an assistant coach, which I'd never been before. But he indicated to me that he was probably going to coach for a couple more years, and if he did a good job, some good things might happen. No guarantees.
Yeah.
And so it worked out great, and I had a great career and spent a quarter of a century of my life at Clemson, and nothing but great memories.
22 seasons, 955 victories, average 43 per season. 21 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 College World Series berths.
Yeah, and 9 super regionals, which is tough to do.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, we had a lot of good players. We recruited a lot of really good guys, a lot of good players, and I had some really good and quality assistant coaches along the way, and a lot of support. And we had a great fan base, as I mentioned before, and I just felt like we had a really good culture. And my greatest accomplishment, though, above all of those things, is the fact that I think I have a really, really strong relationship, lasting relationship with all my players, assistant coaches, and good relationships against the coaches that I coached against. And to me, that's as important or more important than anything else.
What was the message year after year, player after player, that you like to share with your players? Was there a theme in your coaching style, or or a teaching theme that you wanted your players to live with and walk away with?
Well, I would always want one of my players who has graduated now, or his father might be 40, 50 years old, whatever they are. I would want them to say that I cared about him more than just as a baseball player, and that I worked as hard as I expected them to work hard, and I was as competitive as they were expected to be competitive, and I would want them to say that they learned the game of baseball from the inside out, the fundamentals of the game, and I would want them to say that they worked harder than anybody else that we played against, and when we played, that we played harder than anybody, and that would be the trademark that I would want these guys to have graduated with or left the program with, and I feel confident that that's happened. That's the feedback I get when I see them all. They all say, "Coach, remember when you told us this? This is what I'm telling my little league team. This is what I'm telling my kids."
Yeah.
And so the lessons they learned, I think they're passing on to others, and that's really what coaching and teaching is all about.
Tell you what, I mean, fire burned in your belly day in, day out.
Right.
And, I mean, I used to love when I got a chance to see you guys play, used to love your diving into your huddle before the game, before you hurt your neck, diving into your huddle, your players coming and rallying around you like that. I mean, that's what the competition drove you, did it not?
It did, and I just had a passion for it. I still do. I had an enthusiasm every day I came to the baseball field. I think it rubbed off on our players. I've got players that come back, Monahan and those guys, they're 50 years old or 15 plus now. And they come back and they go, "Hey, I got friends at Florida State," and they said as soon as you dove back in that huddle, we knew we were cooked, and they're in the other dugout. They said, "Yeah, we used to watch the coach do that, and we knew then that we were in trouble." But it was this spontaneous thing. It's something I started at Western Carolina once in a while, and I slowed down after I broke my neck skiing a little bit, but then I brought it back a little bit. It came back.
Yeah.
And, it's just one of those things where I always felt like when I put on the baseball uniform that I was a little kid. And I wanted to show my players I had the passion and enthusiasm and energy, and was always going to give 100% effort for them. And I think they rallied behind it a little bit, and we had a good time with it.
Can this year's team make it to Omaha?
I think absolutely. I think, at this time of the year, everybody, the teams that end up in Omaha are the ones that get hot. And I've always said this. I said this to the team the other day, and we're talking to the coaches and so forth. And what happens in tournament time or this time of the year is someone maybe unexpected shows up and gets really hot offensively, or steps up and gives you 7 great quality start as a pitcher, or makes some big defensive plays, or does something that spurs the team on to something special. And it's got to take 2 or 3 players offensively to permeate the other group. It's got to take a couple guys to step up pitching-wise, whether it be Tristan Smith or Ethan Darden or somebody like that. Somebody's got to step up and get us into the 6th, 7th inning, and then we got to have some relief pitching step up. But they're all capable. They're all trained properly by the coaches. They know what they have to do, and now it's just a matter of whether these 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old, 22, 23, sometimes kids now can figure out how to play their best baseball at the right time.
Well, congratulations, 7.
Thank you, Phil.
Never seen you in a suit before. I was looking to see if number 7 was on your sleeves or something.
Engraved in here somewhere.
You clean up real nice.
I appreciate it.
You clean up real nice.
Take a good look, because this is as good as I can look. This is the best I got. And it's tough to recognize me without a hat, probably. Without
there you go.
Hat.
Well, enjoy the night.
Thank
you. For you and all the others. And it's also, of course, a nod to the fact that you had a career well done here in South Carolina, so we congratulate you.
Thank you. I'm very proud to represent Clemson, but also represent the state of South Carolina. We had some unbelievable years where South Carolina and Clemson were at the top echelon of college baseball, and for a smaller state like this, with not as many people as Florida, California, Texas, Louisiana, whatever it is, we had some great moments, and I think the state was proud of how the teams were playing at that time. And you throw Coastal in there, and you throw some. We had good baseball all the way around, and I think everybody should be proud of what South Carolina baseball, South Carolina athletics brings to everybody. There's some unbelievable people in this inductees class.
Oh yeah,
and I've listened to them speak, and it's an impressive group, and just proud to be a part of it.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the night.
Thank you. Appreciate what you're doing with college baseball and athletics in the state. Thanks, Phil.
Jack Leggett, Clemson, going into the Hall of Fame tonight. We thank him for stopping by at our location.